So this is actually a Department of Education sound recording studio designed by Walter Story Design Group. This is a very first Walter Story Design Group studio in Hawaii. There's a lot of resemblance between this studio and Berklee College of Music studio. It's on this school ground, so the students here will benefit from this studio as well. What we learned is that a studio like this in a public school system is really unusual. A lot of time in a school system, you will have a studio, but it's not, in my opinion, humble opinion, it's not really a studio. It has part of a studio like computers. It's really a full-on commercial grade studio. It sounds great how to operate in a serious studio environment. So this is really built for that. And the hear back system is a big part of it. And we have used different brand names. And the reason why we chose hear back is the fact that it's so simple to use. You don't have to read a manual. So actually, we just finished building the studio. It took us 8 years. Once we finished building, what I learned is that we have to really educate the adults. We have to have them understand what this is. We brought a group of principals in, public school principals, and how does the hear back help us? We have them, listen into the headphone, and we can feed 16 channels to them, and it's not intimidating at all because it's very intuitive to use. And I also have the digital display. This is what it means. That's what they are seeing the people do in studio with the headphones. And then they, for the first time for many of these principals, mixing, a rhythm section and a vocal and add a reverb in. Sixth graders. They were in a production class, so the teacher brought them in and, I show them the studio. I mean, it's great to show them, but it's better if they can interact with something. They got it even faster. They just got it. And so now they can experience what artists really experience when they sing and hear themselves. In order for us to have a strong education leg or pillar, we have to have a real contextualized studio session for students to learn from. And to do that, we have to have professional to come in to learn how a real recording session actually happen. And that really includes the cue system. One of the really challenging part in a recording session is really communicating. That give us, a really strong way of communicating. On top of course, our console also can communicate with the system. So we have redundancy happening here. But I do want to add, though, the technical support has been fantastic. Technical support, people that actually care about what you're doing is really important. I'm still discovering the additional, a feature on our hear back system. I just want to conclude by saying, we just ran a really big, serious recording session. If the artists come in, we talk about a lot of people in the studio. We talk about 50, 60 people in the studio. The cue system is really important. So the hear back just ran flawlessly. There was no problem with it. Being in Hawaii, you must know, this is one of the most isolated places on earth, Hawaii. And so having really fantastic people and having gears that you can rely on